Good afternoon and welcome to the 330 Sports Show. My name is Justin Coffin. Today is, let's say, Thursday. I lose track of the days here. Thursday, October 5th, 2023. We have a whole crew here, as you can see, so I'm going to go around real quick. You guys just introduce yourselves and tell us your title or why you're here.
Sure. My name is Joe Midlick, and I am the president of the Youngstown Marathon Foundation, which is coming up on October 22nd, and our Health and Wellness Expo will be on October 21st. And to my left.
Hi, I'm Nicole Rantilla. I am the secretary of the Youngstown Marathon Foundation and director of marketing.
Hi, I'm Jackie Popovec, lead singer of the Vindys.
Woo.
Hi, I'm Mark Lipinski, race director for Youngstown Marathon.
All right, so that's our crew. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to get to that in just a minute, but let's hear a word from a few of our sponsors first.
Are we allowed to talk during this part?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure. I didn't know if we have to be quiet or what.
No, you're good. You're good.
So you got two fabulous shows coming up, don't you? October 14th and the 21st.
That's Jimmy Sutton.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
That's fantastic.
So just, pushing the West Side Bowl, and then we're opening up for Ann Wilson at Stage AE.
That's awesome.
And then
Women That Rock. That's fantastic.
Halloween is scary, but not as scary as no heat in the winter. Call Mighty Mike today, not tomorrow, for fall maintenance service. 330-207-7070. Or visit MightyMikeHVAC.com. This program proudly supported and brought to you by Eric Cromer, Cross Country Mortgage, a wiser way to mortgage. This program proudly supported and brought to you by the Youngstown Drip IV Bar, helping the Mahoning Valley reach its wellness goal. This program proudly supported and brought to you by Youngstown Computer, the Valley's IT company.
For the relay.
All right, we're back.
We'll talk
and
about
Joe
that.
likes to talk
We're
while
gonna
we're
talk about
transitioning here. So, Joe, since you're talking,
Yes.
tell us about this marathon and what's going on. It's not the full marathon this year, so tell us a little bit about how it's different and all that.
Unfortunately, we did have to put the full marathon on hold this year, and a lot of that is due to the construction in downtown Youngstown. We really believe that the safety of our runners come first, and we don't want them running through any kind of construction. So what we did.
Wait, has construction been a problem downtown? I haven't heard.
It's just the restaurants. That's all you have to do. Absolutely. It's been a huge issue. So not only are we doing the half marathon, but this year we're doing a half marathon relay, and it's a 3-person relay, and all of the exchanges will take place at the exact same spot. So it's going to be a lot easier for the runners. We will also have a 5K that day. And then the day before, we have a Health and Wellness Expo. And at that, we're having the Kids Superheroes 5K. And all the kids will be running with Batman and Superman and Flash and so forth. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So that's really cool. You guys always try to mix it up. So, Nicole, what are you guys expecting from this year's race, or what's your expectation?
So it's such a great community event that at the event itself promotes health, wellness, togetherness, running, walking, and fitness. At the same time, this is an amazing opportunity for us to showcase who our community is. We have amazing sponsors from all over the Valley. We have 4 beneficiaries who receive the proceeds from this race. So it's a huge togetherness event, and we just really have a good time. And to see everyone cross that finish line with smiles on their faces, you can tell everyone has a blast.
That's awesome. It's such a cool event that you guys have put on. I've never personally run it because I'm not that big of a distance runner, but I know a lot of people that have, and they've had nothing but good things.
So this is the first year you're doing it, though. Isn't that cool?
I was
That's
just
awesome.
offered to be part of the relay team, but Joe's son Ryan is taking my spot. If someone gets sick the day of, I might be running 4 miles that day.
He's a backup.
So we'll see.
Let me just tell you what happened to me, because I am no runner. Okay.
Yeah.
And Joe, you called me out. We were just at an event for the PBS City Centric which was awesome. And if you haven't seen it, please go see it. I'm sure they have a couple more going on in the next couple weeks, but it's all about the city of Youngstown. And you come up to me, you're like, we're getting ready to do the relay and it's going to be really fun. And you know, who's going to be running in it is Rolling Boxcar International, a band from Youngstown. And so I felt called out, and the Vindys, you know, don't they want to run? Like, aren't you guys? And none of us are runners. And I've ran a couple of things, just like the Panerathon and the Peace Race before. So I was like, you know, okay, I'll do it. So I got my team together, and just yesterday I'm texting Mike Estock of Rolling Boxcar International, and he's like, oh, we can't do it anymore. So I was like all about like band versus band. We're gonna
healthy competition.
Yeah, and now we're running it by yourself.
In fairness,
You get the studio.
in fairness, you guys, you probably burn more calories on stage than what you'll be running that day. Would you say?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
but yeah, I mean, I definitely have to get the cardio going to be able to do an hour and a half set. But it doesn't mean that my knees won't hurt.
Exactly. Yeah, a little different type of workout.
We have medical tents everywhere, so we're good.
You guys are always well prepared.
No, I'm excited for it.
That's all. So we're going to talk plenty about it in a minute. But Mark, tell us your role. You're with Second Soul. A little rhyme there, you know, but tell us a little bit about what you do with the marathon and all that.
My role with Second Soul.
Exactly. It just slides off the tongue.
Like that. It was good. Yeah. So for Second Soul, I'm kind of like the GM, I guess I'd say.
Yeah.
We have 8 locations across Ohio and Western PA. So I help kind of oversee big events locally here, like Youngstown Marathon, and help plan with some of the stuff for the Peace Race even, but also, you know, day-to-day stuff in our store and supporting the other stores that we have locally. So,
Okay.
Yeah. For this though, the relay is a dream come true for a long time.
For 7 years.
Well, not the first year. The first year was, let's put it on.
Mm-hmm.
And so we executed that. And then the second year was like, how about we figure out a relay?
Yeah.
And so I've always been looking at the course, trying to figure out if we did a relay, what would it look like?
Mm-hmm.
How many people does it have? What are the distances of the legs? How can we make it easy for people to get in and out of the park?
Yeah.
Maybe there's only one exchange location there,
Yeah.
all those different things. So with this year, with like Joe mentioned earlier, some of the challenges we've had as far as logistics, you know, taking up 26 miles of road is a long way.
Yeah.
And dealing with the different jurisdictions and everything. So we're tightening things up. That's why we still have the half marathon. It's been our best attended event since we started the thing. And it's a great half marathon course, but like Joe mentioned, we're gonna have a relay this year. Thank you, Jackie, for signing up.
We'll see. I will finish, but I will not be able.
Yeah. The cool part is, and I was just talking to some high school NHS kids at Boardman High School about volunteering and getting some of the hours that they need for NHS. But a couple of the kids there had worked with us on other stuff. And I said, hey, you guys always have a good time when we're together, right? Like Nicole said, it's a big party. It's a celebration.
Yeah.
And I told, from high school kids' perspective, like what even is a running event like this, right?
Yeah, right.
And I said, you know, for a lot of you guys, you train and you go to practice and you get ready and then you have a game. And it's a season of games and you have all the different games and you can get to the championship. Running is more like you have a season of practice and then you have the championship and that's it. You got one shot to go do your best. So it is a celebration. It's a big party that we have for all the effort and hard work that all the runners put in. So to be able to bring that to more people with a relay where you can get a couple of your friends and it's like, well, when's the last time you ran, Jackie?
Well,
All over stage. You run all over stage, right?
Yeah, sure.
So that's fair. But in the same vein, you can get 2 people and come walk, jog, enjoy the weather, enjoy the park, see the foliage. I mean, I think it's it's the gem of the city, right? And to get people out and motivated to come do something and enjoy it as a community, and then have a big party at Celebration Village. We call it Celebration Village because that's what it is. It's a little party. Come have some Penguin City beer.
Yeah. One of our key sponsors.
Look how cool those cans are.
Yes.
Should open it
We
together
should
at the
open
same
it.
time.
We
Ready?
got it.
1, 2, 3.
I was gonna save mine and take it home, but I guess I'm locked into drinking it now. So,
Oh,
but
darn.
that is such a cool can. Though.
Isn't it though?
Very cool.
Penguin City Beer Light.
It's the beer of champions.
It's the beer of runners.
It's
It
the
is
runner's
of
beer.
runners.
And most importantly, Penguin City will be at the half marathon and the 5K. Free beer to all the runners. And they're making a special beer for us. It is the Latterman's Dark Lager. So yeah, it's one of the best beers you'll ever have.
It's so good.
I don't even like beer, and I think it's great.
Yep.
It's-
In fact, the last 2 years that we've had it, it's gone by the time we are done. So
So run faster so you can get your lager.
just ask Lisa Resnick because she missed out.
I was telling you before the show, I'm not much of a beer drinker, but that is one of those like awesome times to have a beer. Like
after a run?
you have a
Yeah.
great accomplishment and boom,
Yep.
finish it.
There's a couple
You know.
things. It's like after mowing the grass and
Yes.
running.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
like the
And,
two.
and grilling out.
And
Like
grilling.
as a guy, I gotta say that, you know.
Oh
but-
yeah.
but
And
that's
in addition to that, we're going to have Marco's Pizza there, giving out
Okay.
pizza. We'll have bagels from Panera. We'll have bananas from Giant Eagle. So it's going to be a big party atmosphere. I think Dope is going to be give us some hard cider too. So
okay.
Lemonade.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yes. Oh, lemonade too. You're right. Lemonade from Raising Cane's.
Okay. Okay. Nice. I
I'm
wanna-
just glad that it's like a, something you can do with your friends
Yeah.
because I could not run a half marathon. And to be honest, I would like to know, like, for someone like me who has not run yet, like in preparation for this, what would you do? Like, if you're a beginner, like,
That's the
what-
man to talk to.
Like, if you want to be a part of it, but you have how many days left?
A couple weeks,
Like,
couple short
weeks.
weeks.
Right.
All
You have 17 days.
And you know me, I do jump rope to prepare for
Right.
the stage. I am,
You
know,
have some cardio.
I have some
Mhm.
cardio.
And you take bar too, right?
Well,
I do,
here's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the issue: is a lot of people don't think of themselves as runners. I'm going to go to the gym and do 30 minutes on the treadmill. Hate to break it to you people, that's what running is. That's running. You're all runners. So you have some of that cardio fitness there. I would start with a walk jog, and I would walk for a couple minutes, get your heart rate up, 5 minutes maybe, right? And then jog for a minute. See how you feel. If you're really gassed, walk for 5 more minutes and recover, and then run for a minute. If you're not that tired, maybe take 2 minutes and run for another minute, or run for 2 minutes and see how you feel. The goal is to work up to 5 minutes. If you can run for 5 minutes without stopping, even if it's slow, I mean, like very slow. Like if people can walk past you, you might want to speed up a little bit, but you can jog very easy just for 5
That would
minutes.
totally beat me.
Right. But if you can just jog at your own pace
Yeah.
for 5 minutes, you can run 100-mile.
Wow.
You know, you can run 100 miles. It's just building up the blocks from that point. But 5 minutes is
I can
always the goal.
definitely do 5 minutes.
You
for
can do it.
sure.
And a key thing to remember is time on feet. So if you can get cardio, even if it's walking, power walking, jogging, or running, just get more time up on your feet and you're good to go.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I'll start there then. I'll start
Yes.
at 5 minutes.
Yeah, and as someone, I know you two for sure. Have you run a marathon? You told me you were going to, like
No.
a full.
No.
But you said maybe
One day. No,
one day.
I want to.
You have to
I
one
don't
day.
I don't want to.
I
like
know
I thought it
these
was
two.
a requirement to work
It's-
at six.
I've done other things. I've done other things.
You should just not say that.
Okay. Listen. I ran
You
I
ran
ran
at least
hurdles.
4.
I ran hurdles.
Hey, have you run 2 halves? You run a marathon.
run
There you go.
that far,
There you
yes.
go.
There you
I ran,
go.
Listen, I ran hurdles in high school and in college. I went to state twice, so I
Mhm.
think
And to promote Mark, he's also in the Boardman Hall of Fame.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a run. I won. Listen, I won track as my life in high school, and I work at a running store. It's like I'm not.
Mark
not
is being
complicated.
very defensive. No one's
Mark,
attacking
I know.
you.
Do you
Mark,
need to
I
talk about
promise.
your feelings?
So let's
It's like
go to
he's
the
had
two.
this
Let's go
conversation
to the two
before.
people that have finished marathons. which is one of, I believe Lisa Resnick told me that.
Yeah.
1% of the United States population or the world's population.
World's
I feel like that's
population.
high.
I agree. So what? There's 8 billion people. So
Yep.
what's the math on that? That's
That's
very,
math I
very
can't
small.
do.
And that's in the world.
Yeah.
Only 1% in the world has finished a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the 26.1 sticker on the back of your car?
I do.
Of course you do.
I do.
It's 26.2. And let me just tell you that, no, I just have to say that because that 10th of a mile after you've run 26 really counts. That's all.
Yep.
Let me just say it really counts.
Nicole just finished one this past weekend in
Mhm.
Akron. So
I did.
Yeah.
And
It was my
crushed it.
5th.
And I will say my sister, who is not a runner at all, trained for 5 months and she ran the New York City Marathon.
Yeah, she
and
rocked
finished
it.
Yeah.
So
Go, Shelley.
finished it.
Wow.
So
What's the hardest mile in a marathon and a half marathon?
to me, the 20th. To me,
Oh.
yeah, at the 20th, to me, that wall hits.
the first person I ever
Yeah.
interviewed on this show that ran a marathon, she told me mile 18, she actually threw up and then
Yeah.
got through it.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, that was the hardest part for me.
Between 18
Some
and
people will
20.
say it's
I
mile
would feel
1
like
and
some
2.
people would have.
I have a harder time because you get you're trying to get your pace started, but
Right.
everyone's like going real
Mhm.
fast. So for me, I think the mentally tough part's the beginning because it's hard not to get swayed by everyone else's pace around
Right.
you. So as I'm telling our runners who are running with us on the 22nd, run your race, run your pace.
Smart.
I'm gonna be in the back. So
Yeah.
that
Run wherever you want.
Can I say too? I've been to in attendance at several marathons, Nashville, Columbus, a couple different places. The cool thing about marathons is it's not to see who wins the race. People just want to see you finish.
Yes.
And I love how the crowd
They're
supports
so
everybody.
supportive.
They're clapping, they're holding signs. I think
Yeah.
that's one of the coolest things because it's kind of like golf in a sense of like an athletic event. No one's really rooting against anyone. It's kind of you're rooting
Yeah.
for everyone to do
Yeah.
well. So
It's running. I will say this running is an incredibly supportive sport
Mhm.
because I think we all recognize that running isn't beating everybody else. It's improving
Yes.
yourself. And I think that you can do that at any age, any ability. I hope
Mhm.
to be running up until I'm 90 and then I can win my age division. That's like my plan. And I think that's why our relay is so cool too, because somebody who's been doing 5Ks is kind of like, okay, what's the next step? What's a little
Yeah, yeah.
more? And our relay gives a distance between a 5K and a 10K,
nice.
and you get to be with your friends. So
Mhm.
it's win-win across the board.
Very smart.
And I know when you run your first one, crossing that finish line is so emotional. My first one was in Anchorage, Alaska,
Oh,
and
wow.
crossing that finish line, I just broke down in tears.
I did too.
Wow.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So-
Actually, we have a video, and my stepmom filmed it, and I'm crossing the finish line. I felt like I was sprinting, but I was not. And you hear me going, "Daddy, I did it! Daddy, I did it!" Because my dad was there. You just feel like you're like the coolest person ever.
Mhm.
You do.
But you know what? I think 90% of it has to be just the mentalness.
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
toughness about
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, their 10% is
I don't
on
have a
your
lot
knees
of
and your
hope for
back.
me.
Yep. It's all about that
That's what she's here
training.
for.
Yep. It's all about getting the right shoes. I mean, it's so important. Getting your breathing down. So
All right, I'll come.
I
over.
wish there was a
Okay.
place around here where you could get good running shoes.
Yeah, you know,
I
stinks
wonder.
We don't have any.
and somebody that could just look at you and walk and say, well, you're a Brooks guy or you're a Sakani guy. So yep.
Okay, all right. So second solo,
Wait, hold,
everybody.
hold that thought. We'll come back to that.
Right.
We will get plenty of support for Second Soul. Joe and BJ in the back are going to run one of your guys' spots. So
Yeah.
which one do you want them to run first?
We really want to run the challenge one first. This is one of our commercials that's going to
Okay.
be on Armstrong TV. Jackie was so sweet and joining us and giving us the okay to use one of their songs.
Awesome. So I'm going to have Joe and BJ in the back. Could you guys run that spot for us? The challenge one. you
The
said?
challenge one,
Okay.
please.
All right. We're going to have them.
Huntington Bank challenges you. Are you ready?
The MLO Bros challenges you.
Are you ready?
Penguin City challenges you.
Youngstown Marathon Board challenges you. Are you ready?
Hey everybody, it's Jackie from the Vindies. Are you ready?
That's awesome. Very
know,
cool.
it's so cool.
Except for Luke and Isaac. I don't know why you guys threw them in there. Are they actually running?
They are planning on it. In fact, we're going to be on their show next Tuesday.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Lisa and I could embarrass them.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. So very cool spot. Jackie, I've obviously heard that commercial. Is it with the ACC that you guys have a affiliation with?
Well, first off, AT&T Sportsnet had been using it with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Penguins, and then they used it for a couple of preseason Steelers stuff.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I get a call from ESPN, like a producer over there wants to use it for ACC softball, ACC network over there. So that was our first major placement. And that song itself, I wrote it specifically thinking with that Super Bowl Carrie Underwood thing in mind.
Yeah.
And here you have it.
It has that Sunday night
perfect.
football song,
It's perfect.
feel to it. That's really cool. Really cool. All right, Mark, I cut you off. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Listen, with a lead in like that.
But tell us about Second Soul, the shoe game. Why is that so important to this?
Well, like Joe said, that's the thing you need to go running. You don't need a whole lot of other stuff, just a good pair of shoes. So my staff and myself, that's part of what we do is sit down with everybody. We'll watch you walk. We'll measure your feet. I like to find out a little bit about you because what do you do? What do you do in a day? What are you using your shoes for? Are you on your feet all day? Do you sit at a desk and you use it for exercise or for mental health or for, being crazy and training for a marathon, right?
Exactly.
So all that information. And then, like I said, doing a gait analysis, making sure you get on the right kind of shoe. That's our goal because if the community's healthy, then hopefully our business will continue to be okay and, keep bringing happy feet to the people.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's, there's not a ton of specialty shoe stores. It's you go to your big box places, but that you guys are specifically there for runners or for, athletes. So that's really cool. So tell us about these guys. This takes me back to sixth grade.
At the same time.
So
ready?
This takes me back to sixth grade. 1, 2, 3. Nice. The old snap.
Classic.
Did you guys? I don't know. I'm old.
And that's a great song too.
That's my favorite.
You're not that old.
I think me, you, and Nicole are in the same wheelhouse of age. Did you guys grow up with snap bracelets?
Yeah.
I think that was a late 80s, early 90s
For sure.
type thing. So I don't know. We would have them and trade them and stuff.
It's classic. Oh yeah.
And
For sure.
back then, I don't know if they still make them like this, but they were cloth on top or something.
Yeah.
And it was probably really dangerous because those would come through and cut
Always.
you
You
every
get
now and
caught.
then.
Remember
These
the-
are a little safer.
Like the neon plastic ones that if you weren't careful, you just slice yourself right open.
Are we trying to sell these because you're not?
No.
giving us
No, I'm
any-
sorry.
these are
No,
really nice.
What I'm saying is these are
These
way
will not
better.
harm
These are
you.
way better.
Disclaimer.
They're nice and soft.
I mean, they are it's just
They're easy.
No runners were
So-
harmed in the creation of these slap bracelets.
Right. So Mark is really going to explain what
They
these are
won't
for.
hurt you.
So the snap bracelet is for the relay, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Smart idea.
the way the relay works this year is the first leg. It's 3-person. The first leg will start at Second Soul with everyone else.
Okay.
They'll run out. The exchange zone is at one location for the second and third leg to be. So they'll run out. It's about 4.5 miles, and they'll meet leg 2, and they'll on the bracelet hand it off. The second leg is I'm going to be fair. It's the
Be
most
honest.
It's the most challenging leg.
That's what you said. It's the
It's
shortest
not-
but the toughest.
I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I went and ran the legs. I measured it out, made sure it was functional, and to get the distances right. But the 4 miles that is leg 2, there's some hills in there. So if you got someone who's is a runner maybe, or maybe a little more athletically inclined, doesn't mind doing some hills.
Yeah.
It's
Ed
not
Davis.
crazy.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'll put them on there.
It's not crazy, but
Right.
there's one pretty good hill.
Okay.
Right. So coming up out of the flats, if anybody's familiar with Mill Creek Park, Idora Hill, as it's lovingly referred to. So then you come back and leg 3's waiting there for you. So legs 2 and 3 will go to the mill parking lot just off of Keenfield Road, Route 62 at Lannerman's Mill. That will be the exchange zone. And then legs 1 and 2 will drive back together. So you can ride with your buddies and snap your bracelets as you pass the
I want to
official-
workshop something with you guys real quick live.
Let's do it.
So
Sure.
as you're saying that, I'm just thinking as like a competitive person that likes to win at everything, but knows I probably will not win a relay race of running as I'm not a long distance runner. What if hypothetically I had 2 bracelets and I wanted to give the second leg maybe an additional bracelet ahead of time?
You can't, because you only get 1 bracelet per team.
But what if?
But what if you happen to know?
What if you steal one?
What if I happen to know someone that has a second bracelet?
Are we workshopping theft here?
No.
Well,
He just
I'm-
wants to win the relay. Really,
You just want to win. Okay, so it's
No,
just about.
I mean, if
okay.
you come to my house and we're
So,
playing checkers,
I have
whatever,
some
I'm winning.
experience with this.
Okay.
Let me.
Okay.
So, not about snap bracelets, but so it's the firecracker that
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
family guilts me into running.
Mhm.
At least every other year, and one year I didn't feel like running it, and got up and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll run, but
Mhm.
I'll only run part of the way. So what I did was I planted my bicycle
No, you didn't.
halfway through the like at a neighbor's house all the way down the street. And 2 miles in, I got on that bike and I
You
rode
just said
home.
I had to run it. You didn't say how
Whoa.
long.
So
They didn't say you had to
I don't
finish
want to
it.
plant any seeds out there. I'm just thinking out loud.
I will say though,
nefarious things.
as I was passing people on the way back
Yeah.
to my house, I felt so guilty about that. So if you have the heart enough to give your bracelet and run past people and claim that you win, I mean, that's really ballsy.
Again, it's not something that's going to happen, but I could see
Okay.
Luke and Isaac
So-
if they're
I
running
could
that
see
race.
Luke and
Oh my
Isaac
God.
do that.
Coming up with a plot to do that.
Yeah.
There they are right there.
Right.
I also planted a cooler next to my bike so I could have a beer on the way.
All right.
Smart girl right
Yep.
there. Yes.
Okay, so as to answer your plot,
Yeah.
They're never gonna let me back.
no, I just won't expect to see you at a finish line. That's okay, unless you're on a bike, right? So there's on your timing, how we time the
Yeah,
race, right?
yeah.
Is there's everyone gets a number, a bib
Mhm.
that they put on their shirt, and on the back of it is it's almost this big.
Mhm.
A chip that when you run across our mats, it reads your
Sure.
information. It knows, Justin's number 1, Joe's number 2, Nicole beat everybody else to this finish anyway. So,
Yeah.
and Jackie's on a bike. But so when you cross the mats at the exchange point,
Mhm.
it's expecting a read from your chip. So
Got it.
we'll know if Justin ran the first leg and if Tom ran the second leg and Joe ran the third. So
Yeah.
we'll know if
You're like,
there's
wow,
any
he's going to be in the
nefarious-
Olympics next
Right.
year. 10 minutes to do 4 miles.
I'm sorry your plan is foiled, but in other news, I think I'm going to be passing out my card today. So I think we need some help in this room.
That's so good. That's very, very good. I love it. I love it. So we have one more video spot,
Yeah.
right? Do we we'll have is BJ in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll run that in just a minute.
Next video was with Nicole there as she was helping directing it, and Mario from Apple Ridge did all the filming.
Love Mario.
And it's me too. Great guy. And it really shows it's with Are You Ready Again in the background. And it shows a lot of the different spots in Mill Creek Park where the race will take place. So
It's full leaf peeping season too. Did you ever
Yeah.
hear that term?
You
Leaf
told us
peeping.
last year, and I used it on our social media.
I actually I went to Maine last year, and up there everybody's like leaf peeping, leaf peeping. It's like a thing. And I came back here and I'm like, oh yeah, I get
Let's
it.
peep
Okay.
some
Yeah.
leaves.
So but it like full, I think like that week of October too in Ohio, Northeast Ohio is like full foliage or whatever you
It
want
was
to say.
beautiful last year. It was the timing was impeccable. So stay tuned on Facebook. I've got some cool pics that we're posting
yeah.
to entice you from last year.
Okay. Are we okay to run that? All right, we're gonna run the second spot here with the Youngstown Marathon.
You know
All right.
exactly.
So we saw some of the sponsors on the sheet. So if you want to shout out your sponsors, and then we'll go to some of your beneficiaries.
Well, let's shout out a couple of our sponsors. One, once again, is Penguin City. Second Soul. Huntington Bank has been with us since like day one. We really respect those folks. This year we have the Cleveland Clinic as one of our big sponsors. Raising Cane, Chicken Fingers, Chick-fil-A has come on board, as well as number one Cochrane. So we have some really major sponsors. I got something else in front of me. Giant Eagle.
Apple Ridge.
Apple Ridge, of
We love
course.
Apple Ridge.
Meyer. Yep. And Woodlands. So yeah, we have a number of great sponsors. And without them, we could not do this.
No doubt. You guys have a really nice support network there with a great group of sponsors I see year in and year out. And then tell us, you guys always give back to the community. So tell us what that's about and who the beneficiaries are.
This year was awesome because we had a record number of applicants to be beneficiaries, and we were super excited. And it was a really tough decision trying to narrow it down. We narrowed it down to 4 beneficiaries this year, and they are Golden String, Autism Society of Mahoning Valley, Buster's Brigade, and the Dorothy Day House. And they're all nonprofits that provide amazing services serving animals, the autism community. Buster's Brigade helps with animals and veterans specifically.
Awesome.
Dorothy Day House is dedicated to low-income families and homeless. Golden String helps. They have a GABA camp for adults with developmental disabilities, and they have a radio station and a band. Autism Society they do everything for the autism community in our area. So we are super excited to feature them. You can meet them at our expo. They'll be on race day. Many of them have teams. So that's the highlight, is giving them those checks. Is that's the real feel good moment.
And that's honestly when it comes down to it, people run for fun, but you're doing this as to support your local community. So that's awesome that you guys do this.
One of our bigger sponsors is the Vindys too, who has helped us out the last couple of years with our commercials and Jackie being there. In fact, Jackie, you could take the lead on this. On October 21st, she's opening for Ann Wilson of Heart, who I still have a big crush on her sister, Nancy. And you could tell her that. I'll still be waiting for her. And most importantly, on October 21st is a legend's birthday. And that's Jackie's birthday on October 21st.
Yeah, so it's going to be beautiful on my birthday. Apparently, the foliage is going to be better peeping.
We did it just for you.
Yes. So
leaf
peeping, whatever. I love it. I'm going to use that hashtag at some point this month. Yeah. So my birthday is on the 21st. The next day, I'm running. I think which means that I will behave the night after a great concert with Ann Wilson, who I am so excited to meet because since the last time I was on the Stage AE stage, I had played a Heart song. It was Crazy on You.
Right.
And in Columbus, I just love Heart so much. I grew up listening to the music and trying to emulate her voice, and Nancy is really cool. And Ann's voice is just beyond it. And I was wearing a Heart Tour 1974 t-shirt gifted to me vintage by my fairy rock mother, Brady Kelly, up in Cleveland. Hi, Brady. And so I was wearing it, and right after my show, I'm sweating. Some girl comes up to me and is like, "Can I buy that shirt off of you for $250?" I'm like,
$250.
I'm like, I know how they go. I know that they are around that. And this was a tattered shirt. I was like, well, I can't because it's sentimental. 500. Whoa.
Wow.
I go, wow, thank you. But no, it's sentimental. $700. I'm like, sold. Oh my gosh. So I ended up literally backstage. I took off my shirt and she gave me her shirt. I went home with her shirt and she went home with my smelly, sweaty Heart.
I literally think you just came up with a great business idea. That is $1 million idea.
Selling a shirt off your back.
We buy the old vintage labels or band covers or whatever. We make them and we tatter them up and we act like they're from the 60s, 70s, and
Or
we
just
wear
put them
them.
on Jack.
And then Jackie wears them around town.
Yeah.
Well,
We're in
did you
Cleveland.
hear after like Taylor Swift was at the game the other day
Mhm.
for her boyfriend? She was wearing these like shorts and they were like sold out like in 5 minutes that
Like
night.
the mom jeans.
It was like the
shorts.
mom jeans
Yeah.
shorts or
They had
whatever.
rhinestones on them too, though.
And-
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm no Taylor Swift, but like that was probably the coolest like rock star thing that's ever happened to me. That someone bought this T-shirt.
That's
off me.
amazing. Yeah.
I like
It's a
it.
marketing ploy. Buy Jackie's T-shirt for no less than $700 after the show.
And the amazing thing there with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, his football jersey has increased on sales like 400%.
Be you.
Have you seen some of these memes where the girls are like rhinestoning their jerseys and they accidentally like spell
Oh,
Kelsey
she
with
spelled
a
it
Y?
Kelsey.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah. It's,
Oh
it's
boy.
good. So after our segment here, I did spend a little time on this. My daughter is 4 years old and she absolutely loves Taylor Swift. So like when I'm taking her to school or whatever, we listen to Taylor Swift music and she's like, no, play that again or whatever. So my NFL picks this week, Joe and I make NFL picks every week. They are Taylor Swift themed by a song title. So I had to do some research on that because I don't go deep in the Taylor Swift library, but no, I appreciate her and she's super talented and all musicians in general. But
So jealous.
you know, that is one gift I was not blessed with.
You and me both. You and me both.
Okay, so let's go around real quick. You're out of this one because you are blessed with musical talent. So, Mark, if you could have some sort of musical talent, play an instrument or sing, which would it be?
Instrument.
And which one?
Guitar.
Okay.
But he does play the trombone.
Lead. I haven't
Lead
played,
trombone.
I haven't played trombone in 20 years, but I did play trombone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I could play a thing or sing a something,
Yeah.
I'm playing a guitar. And
Okay.
I'm shredding it.
Nicole, I don't know. You might have some singing ability. I don't know. But do you, which would you
Well,
do
it's
and why?
embarrassing to say that I can sing in front of Jackie, but I can.
Yeah.
And I always win
I don't doubt
karaoke.
that.
And I just sang when I was with Steph in Florida. I did Patsy Cline and I got a standing ovation.
Nice.
May you all know.
Okay.
But I can play the piano and I'm currently teaching myself the guitar.
Hell yeah. I
Nice.
like it. Okay.
I do play the guitar, but if I had one admiration, it would be to sing. I mean, I want that voice.
I'm 100% with you. I wish I could sing. I get liquid courage from time to time, and we'll get in front of. I've sang karaoke probably a dozen
Patsy Cline.
to 20. Not practically. The very first song I ever sang karaoke was in Lexington, Kentucky. Pour Some Sugar on Me, Def Leppard. That was
Nice.
my
You can't
very
mess
first
that up.
song. No, you can't, and that's the key.
That's a
You go
key.
to a fast-paced song or like a not a shouting type song, but you know what I mean.
If
Not
I
one- I'm
an
not
anthem.
going with like
You gotta go with an anthem.
yeah.
I
yeah.
feel like
I'm not
I'd
going
be-
Michael Bublé or something like that.
One. I did karaoke one time.
What'd you do?
Our DJ before we got married was playing a set, and he said, "If you come and do a karaoke, I'll give you 10% discount."
Oh,
So
Oh.
I did Bare Naked Ladies 1 week
Oh, okay.
as
okay.
my karaoke. That's it. One
Nice
time,
job,
one and
Mark.
done.
Okay. Okay.
Real words.
Yeah, the real word.
Real words.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel like people who can sing should not be allowed to do karaoke. Like it's not for you.
It's
Right, it's not fair.
It's not like just don't.
it's
like,
cheating.
Right.
Have you
It's
ever?
cheating. It's
Oh, I
can't
have,
have-
and it's been Carrie Underwood is one I always go to. Whatever the slasher. I have
before
dug
he
my
cheats.
keys, and I do it with the accent.
You
and
have
I do
to.
it, and I have to like hide.
yeah.
I have to like
But that
be
would be
bad.
like that'd be like Miles Garrett or TJ Watt playing against Boardman High School
Right.
tomorrow night.
Right.
You know, it's
At
like
least someone would have fun.
Yeah.
You should just go for it.
I feel like my friends would be mad if I didn't add that I'm a really good rapper.
really.
Oh, no.
I'm a really good rapper.
no.
So
No.
I'm not.
You need to do this now.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
No,
come
like,
on.
I'm
What
a
is
really
it
good.
though?
But like, what do you want? You want regulate? You want like?
I will
like
say at
the
my
shoe-
20-year
There's choices.
my 20-year
Yeah, like-
class reunion, I did Ice Cube. Today was a good day,
It's a
which is
good
an
one.
easy one to do. If you're looking for one, put that. in the
Didn't
back of
have
your
to
head.
break out your AK, so it's.
It was a
Like
great
little
day.
Bit. Can we hear a little bit?
Just a little.
Just like
Go
a
ahead.
little riff. Little. Just. Do you
We-
need a beat?
I'm trying to think. I like Tupac too.
Jeez.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Soon as I step on the stage, I'm hearing hoochie screaming, feeding for money and alcohol, the life of a West Side. How was that?
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Hey, Jackie, you have
Yeah.
one more show coming up too on a national holiday on October 14th, right?
Your birthday?
You got it.
Oh, God.
You guys are 1 week apart.
I was like, what else is so okay, October is filled with so many amazing birthdays.
And
All the
John
people
Lennon.
that I like.
And John Lennon.
And John Lennon. But October 14th, I should mention, we are going to be in Youngstown for our only show for the rest of the year. So, and I don't know when we're going to be doing a Youngstown show until probably spring of next year.
Okay.
So West Side Bowl, October 14th, we're going to be with Cleveland band Truss and a New York band, friends of ours, Silvertooth Cactus, and it's going to be a great night. So it's just a fun hangout. Last year we did it on the only night of the year that it was like cold and
Yes,
and,
right. I remember that.
Yeah, like the heater was broke and it was like no one could drive, and we ended up doing it anyway. It was a horrible thing.
Where,
So
where
I
is
know.
the concert at again?
West Side Bowl,
West Side Bowl,
off
okay.
of Mahoning Avenue.
Yeah.
In fact, that winter show you did a song called Effing Cold Outside, I think was
And
called.
you know what? We just recorded it.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
Really?
We just recorded it. And I'll tell you here right now, it's going to be released right before Thanksgiving. So
With the
like
real
it. That's
effing word
awesome.
there?
you'll have to find out.
Okay.
You'll have to find
a
out.
little E on the apple.
Wait for the
you know.
radio edit.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the best kind.
Yeah.
So, since we have a local legend here too, I gotta ask a few music questions. That's you, Jackie. You can be humble, but if you had, well, you mentioned you love Heart.
Yeah.
But like, was there someone growing up that you like emulated and like, or like model your singing style or performance style after?
It's really hard to like choose just one because
Yeah.
I grew up listening to radio, like constantly was on in our house, or VH1 music videos, or MTV top 40 countdowns. So for me, I always like gravitated more towards even just melody. I just loved like songwriting in general. But big voices are always something that I always try to emulate. So people even like Aerosmith, Steven Tyler, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion. I mean, this was when I was like really, really young. When I was like 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the people that really I held on to. Pat Benatar, who I just opened for in Detroit again,
freaking
which is
awesome.
crazy. Ann Wilson. Any really big singer, big voice, I wanted to like mimic so much. So I did. And even down to like favorites like Alanis Morissette, Sheryl Crow, Norah Jones, Amy Winehouse, Adele. And through like learning all these kind of different styles, I kind of developed my own thing once I started writing my own music.
Okay.
So people will always say, oh, you sound like this person, or you sound like that person. And I get all kinds of people, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you're like this person, but you're not.
Mhm.
Like you got your own thing too. It's like
Yeah.
you're a little bit of all of these
Exactly.
things, but what are you if you're not listening to those people growing up? So
Mhm.
I'm so happy when people are like, wow, you sound so much like this person or
Yeah.
that person. So I like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because those are big voices, and
No
I've
doubt.
always liked that. Yeah.
You get compared to Amy Winehouse a lot,
Yeah.
and Beth Hart, which I think is just fantastic.
Yeah, no, and all those people are just, I'm in love with like styled singers,
Mhm.
that they have their own thing, whether that's, even people like, I think one of the most interesting singers is Sheryl Crow, because I feel like she is the hardest to emulate
Sure.
because she's more of a talking type of singer, where she's telling a story via talking, kind of like
Mhm.
Johnny Cash does. And it's not really a like tonal type of singing that you do regularly. So I think those kind of singers are the hardest to emulate and the
Yeah.
most interesting, because they have to already have that tone in them to do that.
Yeah.
So people like Sheryl Crow and but Amy Winehouse too is she's just an anomaly.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
voice.
No
all
doubt.
it stems from like that jazz background. And
Right.
I grew up
You
with
guys
that.
have this song, I think it's called Red Wine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my
like-
favorite.
I love that beat to that song.
Yep.
It like has like I feel like I'm in New Orleans or something when I'm listening to that.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Thank
but
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
that song
I'm
is awesome.
definitely influenced by like older jazz musicians like Billie
Mhm.
Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, Etta James especially. I just love the juxtaposition of like a really like a growl in your voice, but
Mhm.
also like this like buttery, creamy side too that's sweet. So like I love that kind of like screaming and then yet like being sweet
Yeah.
at the same
Okay.
time.
Okay.
And that's kind of like what my personality is too. Like I'm one way off of the stage and I'm a completely different person on the stage.
Yeah.
So I'm here in Youngstown with the band, the full band, and there will be some surprises because it is our hometown show and we're allowed to do whatever we want. So we hope to
love
see you
it.
there. And
Yep.
then I'll be running with my former drummers, Adam Parrott, who is a fabulous runner, and Ed Davis, also.
Who is also a good runner. I've
Also
been
a
told.
really good runner.
Yes.
So I called them up as soon as you invited us. I was like, I need to get the best of the best. And apparently the drummers of the band are the runners. I don't know.
Have you ever heard the song "I'd Rather Go Blind" by Etta James and
I've covered it so much.
Beth Hart did it with Joe Bonamassa? You guys would do that so well with John in the background playing and Rick playing. Oh my God, that's a request.
Yep. I would rather
Yeah.
go blind.
Oh, God.
Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
When did you know you could sing? Like, did people
First
just say
time-
like, "Hey, you're a good singer. You like get up there." You know,
People
'cause-
from Youngstown might know this. Because a lot of people in Youngstown go to Hilton Head for
Mhm.
golfing and vacations. So
Yeah.
my dad's a big time golfer. We do up until I was like 12, 13 years old, we'd go once a year.
Mhm.
And there was this like guitar singer in Harbor Town.
He's still there, Greg.
Greg. Yes. See, Nicole knows. See, if Nicole knows, everybody knows. And Greg
It's
is
Greg. No, it is.
Greg.
It's Greg. Everyone knows
What's
Greg.
up, Greg? How you doing?
And all you want to do is raise your hand so
Yeah.
that you can be picked by Mr. Greg,
Okay.
and he
It's
brings
Greg.
you up to talk or sing or whatever. So I
Okay.
raised my hand, and the only thing I knew how to do was sing the national anthem. And it was then
That's
that I was
cute.
like, this is really cool. And I was like 9
That's
or
so sweet.
10, and
That's
people like
awesome.
loved it. And I just loved the way that people were just like so into it. Of
Mhm.
course, I thought like, looking, at it, then I was like, they're saying that because I'm a kid, like,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But like, it just was in me from that point on to like just gravitate towards music in
Awesome.
general. So,
Okay. I'm going to table a lot of music questions I have. We're going to have you on a future show.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to know one more. If you could collab with any band, living, not living, past, future,
Oh, God.
current, if
That's rough.
like an individual singer or a band, who would it be?
Paul McCartney.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I just, the first time I ever listened to, and I remember the introduction to the Beatles when I was like 5, 6, 7, and
Sure.
I got that one CD. It was like a greatest hits
Mhm.
album
Remember that one.
that they
The
put
red or
out.
blue one, like the red
The
one.
red
blue,
and
yeah,
the,
blue.
yeah,
Yeah.
the yellow
Yeah.
number 1. And when I got that CD and I was just like listening through, I was like, this is so different. Each song is taking you, it's like, this feels very like classic and very structured as a song. And then the next one is just like, they're screaming at you. And then the next one, and I just loved the way that John Lennon sang for the song rather than his own voice.
Mhm.
Like he gave that growl to some songs, and then
Mhm.
he'd be sweet with others. And
Yeah.
I really was like, wait, who's singing what here? And then my dad would be like, no, that's John,
Yeah.
or this is Paul. I'm like, but they don't sound like this on another song. So that really like blew my mind. And just the fact that they can write in so many different ways. And Paul is just, after I saw that documentary too, that long 16-hour thing, I
Yeah.
was like all about it.
I mean,
Yes.
maybe I'm amazed it's one of the most romantic songs ever written.
It's funny because we listen to a lot of classic rock at work, and every time the Beatles come on and I walk across the floor, I'm sitting with a customer, I just stop and I just think every single time, like, man, they just did it right.
How about that band?
Right?
How do you get like that band?
Yeah. right.
So
I mean, they changed it. They did.
I mean, not to go to the Taylor Swift thing, but do you think Taylor Swift has reached that like Beatles Elvis level? You don't think so?
I think it's different nowadays.
Yes.
I think
That's true.
And I will agree with you on this front.
Mhm.
There has not been another artist in the last, I don't know, since them that has made kids cry and scream and sweat over being at this at a show of Taylor Swift. They would kill for her. Like they will topple over. It's actually dangerous. It's dangerous.
I mean, it's more than the 90s, like any of the boy bands and all that stuff. It's way more now.
And you're right. It's really based on the test of time. You really can't base it with Taylor Swift now, but you can with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and so forth.
Well, I think she has a lot more to show, and she's so young. So I mean, it's a good point.
Okay, so is it Jordan or is it James? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But you couldn't compare LeBron to Kobe,
And again, different eras, different generations.
Yeah.
They see things different ways.
I mean, what if Elvis was on Instagram?
Right.
Low key, dude would blow up.
Right.
Did you see that movie? Did you see the movie that just came out last year, Elvis? It was fantastic. It was really fantastic.
Yeah, but it's I feel like everything is so different nowadays because you can talk to one person that was like, I don't really even know her stuff. Like I don't, and there's the population size of this world has grown 1 billion plus 2 billion. In 50, 60 years. Good
point.
I mean, it's a whole different time when you're on your phones nowadays.
Well, and also think about the artistry of creating a whole cohesive album that flows and has a story, which the Beatles were masters at, compared to now, people just want the song. And so even just that has shifted how we digest music.
Yeah, that's a thing. Do you guys like kind of what Nicole was saying? Do you guys go more based on album or just singles, like to push?
It's hard because I feel like we're the type of band, depending on, with our demographic of people, which is very broad. I still think that albums work for us.
Yeah.
However, when I write songs, it's not for an album per se. I try to, but as thoughts come out, and I want to make the song the best that it can, and I'm not releasing an album. If you know how there's the A sides and the B sides.
Oh yeah.
There used to be, now every single song has to be amazing. And that's how I treat every single song now, because every song is being released as a single up until the point where the album does come out.
100%.
And you're right. Your audience is so broad. It's at a number of concerts I've been at. I mean, our granddaughter, who is 14, who's a huge fan, and me, who's going to be 71. I mean, that big gap there, and we're both just loving that music.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, I mean, Youngstown's been, our home, and we just love bringing Youngstown to everybody else too, sharing the love and the magic.
No doubt. So, all right, we have a 5-minute warning here.
Okay.
So let's wrap up. Tell us a little bit about, and I'm putting you guys on the spot too.
Sure.
I'm gonna have all of you guys pick NFL games this week too.
All right.
Just for the hell of it, because we have them Taylor Swift themed too, so we're gonna go with that. But tell us about the Youngstown Marathon to wrap up, like how people can register, all that good stuff, and then we'll move on from there.
All right. The Youngstown Marathon is October 22nd, starts at 8 a.m. There's a 5-hour limit for the half marathon. Is that correct, Mark? 4.5 hours. You can register right on youngstownmarathon.com for either the 5K, the half marathon relay, as well as the kids race on the day before at the Health and Wellness Expo, which will be at the Davis YMCA in Boardman.
It's so cool too. I love the kids race.
Me too.
It's really fun.
You want to be the villain this year?
Oh, I don't want to be the villain. Nobody wants to be. You know what I did hear about the villain once? In I heard a couple actors say this. They said the villain is kind of a cool role to play because you win, except for the last fight.
Yeah. I mean, you could really be a good joker.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't know what that means.
I would like to be Bane. That would be fun.
That would, yeah. Halloween season's coming up. I mean,
Right.
good costumes too. All right, we're gonna go round table. You're making your picks too. So these are I'm gonna just shout them out. So you guys,
wait, who's not hurt? That's the real
Well,
question.
Right,
we'll
who's
we'll
healthy?
just so this
All
is
the
like
costumes.
my lame dad joke portion of the show too, because it's a bye week for these 4 teams: the Browns, the Chargers, the Seahawks, and the Buccaneers. They have a blank space on their schedule. See what I did there? See how this is gonna work?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
So it's Thursday night, the start of week 5. Are
That's
you
right.
ready for it?
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
All right, so just tell me your picks. We're gonna go quick.
Yeah.
Chicago or Washington?
Washington.
Washington.
I don't know this one. Washington.
Chicago couldn't
I'm
win
going-
against the high school team.
I'm going with Chicago tonight.
You're crazy.
Oh, really?
All right, I'm going with the Bears. I think the Bears win. All right, the Bills and Josh Allen look like they were in trouble after a week 1 loss to the Jets. But if they beat the Jags this weekend and move to 4-1, all of their opponents will be saying, "I knew you were trouble" when the season started. So I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills, but I do have Trevor Lawrence on my fantasy team.
Okay, that's fair.
I-
Buffalo or Jacksonville?
I concur. with-
Okay.
Josh Allen.
I don't believe it. I don't believe Bills are going to be the truth this year. So I'll flip it and go Jags.
Okay.
Ooh, the contrarian.
Okay, Joe with Buffalo. All right. If the Texans get the W over the Falcons this weekend, they might be thinking CJ Stroud is their guy, who's, by the way, had an amazing start. And if they might be good again, they might be out of the woods. So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans.
So am I, believe it or not. Houston.
Okay.
Not to be follow along, but I have to go with CJ Stroud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
So it's the Texans and the Atlanta Falcons.
Let's go Falcons.
Okay.
I don't
Texans.
know.
Texans.
All
I
right.
only watched
Texans.
the AMC North. I don't know.
Right.
That's okay.
Detroit is good. Carolina is bad. Lions fans know that all too well. So we're going to go Carolina and Detroit. I'm going with Detroit big.
So am I, Detroit.
You kind of have to. Detroit.
Detroit.
Shout out to our manager at Second Soul, Dale. Gotta give some Detroit love, buddy.
Okay. Detroit sweep there. Titans coming up from Nashville, hoping to not return from Indy with teardrops on their guitar. So I'm going to go with the Texans over the Colts.
Texans?
Texans?
Don't you mean
Or,
Tennessee?
I'm sorry,
Titans?
Tennessee Titans, excuse me, over the Colts.
So am I,
Okay.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Titans.
Tennessee.
I'll take Indy. Richardson.
Yeah.
I'll go with the
That's not a bad pick. I like that. Okay. The Giants might be asking the Dolphins after getting their asses kicked this weekend, why you got to be so mean? I'm going to go with the Dolphins big. over Giants.
Dolphins lost last week, so they're going to be pissed. So yes, Dolphins.
I was just thinking that too. They
Yep.
got something to prove. Go Dolphins.
That was very hard to watch.
That was a
Yeah,
rough
well,
one.
yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
right.
That was-
They have the second most of all time, like the top. What was it like
70.
overall score?
Yeah.
score.
70. Yeah, they put up 70.
But then they got their asses kicked last
Well,
week.
listen, I don't know if we'll get there.
I feel so bad. I'm gonna just take them.
Okay, that's fine.
The Dolphins.
Fins.
Fins.
I think Tua falls apart.
Oh, you're going
Really?
Giants.
Tua's gonna fall apart.
Joe with a big upset there. These two teams coming off bad games last week, they both need to shake it off. I'm going to go with the Patriots over the Saints. I should have used Vindy titles. I didn't prep well enough. I should have used Vindy
You're okay.
titles.
Well, that bugs me. So,
Oh, wow. Well done.
what's the two teams again?
It's New Orleans and New England.
Oh God, I hate New England. New Orleans.
Bill Belichick coming off his worst loss in his career.
New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, New Orleans for me too.
Okay.
Saints.
Saints.
I'll take the Saints.
Patriots.
All right, me and you on the Patriots.
Yeah.
These AFC North rivals have bad blood. We got the Ravens and the Steelers. I'm going Ravens big. Ravens big. It's in Pittsburgh though.
Ravens.
I would never pick the Steelers. Go Ravens.
I I hope Tucker doesn't miss a kick.
Is he your kicker?
He's also an opera singer.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, Tucker. And he missed that like crucial kick, but I think they still pulled out the one game. Or no,
Yeah. Well,
did they? I can't remember. But I'm gonna go Ravens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ravens.
The original Browns.
Ravens. All right. So Ravens sweep here. The NFC's last two champions will face off this weekend. Looking back on some good times in 2022 and 2023, it was truly a love story those years. Eagles over the Rams for me.
I think this is a trapdoor pick. We'll go with the Eagles.
That's not even a song that's out yet.
That's funny.
He's like underground. Like all that. I love it. I love it.
I'll do Eagles too.
Eagles.
Out of those two.
What is it? Eagles over everyone this year? I'm
No.
pretty sure.
Eagles are good.
No,
Eagles.
I'm a Dallas fan, so no Eagles.
You got
ever.
Rams.
Dallas fan.
I know. Listen,
Jeez.
it's okay. It's
And
fine.
and he's a
We're getting
Yankees
Give me another
fan.
microphone.
Right. Golden State Warriors, Alabama Crimson Tide.
Hey, get out of here. No, I'm a Buckeye.
All right, so you're going
Rams.
Joe? Eagles. Okay. All right. The Bengals and Cardinals are combined 2-6 this season without a healthy Joe Burrow and Kyler Murray. The teams are thinking this season hits different. I'm going to go with the Bengals over the Cardinals.
I think the Bengals are going to come back. Yes, they need their first victory.
Bengals.
I'll go with that rooting for Ohio.
Joe Burrow is so cute.
He is very cute.
He's so cute. I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow.
He's a good-looking guy. He kind of looks like a vampire, though. A little bit.
I think that's what I like about him.
She's like, exactly.
So mysterious and dreamy. Bengals.
Bengals.
Josh effing Dobbs.
Oh, yeah. Joe has been on the Cardinals the whole year. Love it. It's football, so I'll watch, but NFL, look what you made me do. I got to watch the Jets and the Broncos. I'm going to go with the Jets to beat the Broncos. Even though we got YSU, Jaleel McLaughlin playing really well
Broncos.
for the Broncos.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Jets, though.
I'm going to go with the Jets too.
Jets or Broncos?
I'll go Broncos.
Jets.
I think Russell Wilson's a big mistake. I'm going Jets.
Never John Elway, so.
And if you're a Browns fan, it's really easy to root
Those are
against
some
Broncos.
rough memories.
All right, we're on to the Taylor
I
Swift
also
game
like
here.
to see Aaron Rodgers just hanging out by himself. Sweet too.
So this week, Vikings star Byron Murphy said, "I'm gonna rile up Travis Kelce this week with talking Taylor Swift trash talk. Looks like all the Swifties will think he is the anti-hero." I'm gonna go with the Chiefs over the Vikings.
I concur. Chiefs.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'll go Vikings. What the
Vikings,
hell?
okay.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. All right. A rivalry of
I think
my.
that they're gonna get distracted by all this stuff.
That's true.
No
I
way.
really do.
She's
That's
like
never happened
a
in
girlfriend in
sports
The
ever.
Natural. Did you ever see the movie The Natural?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes.
How did they come back? They had a clear lead in that last game, and Mahomes just like
Zach
I don't know,
Wilson
drop the
playing out of his
ball.
mind.
2020. I mean, that was crazy. So I'm gonna go Vikings.
Okay. Are we good on those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think this is a Sunday night football game. Mark, this is your game here, but a rivalry of my childhood, your
Yes, our
childhood, was the NFC Championship game many, many times. It was January often when those games were played, so it was a little cold, so I was wearing my cardigan. Really? That was the best I could come up with. On that one. I'm sorry, that was a reach. But
Justin, you're such a dad. I'm sorry. Like you just, yeah.
I'm going with the 49ers over the Cowboys. Sorry, Mark.
Ah.
I absolutely love the 49ers.
Youngstown too.
Yeah, I'll take the 49ers over the Cowboys with a bottle of red wine.
Oh, well done. Well done.
I'll go with the 49ers as well.
San Fran.
Okay, I gotta take the boys. Gotta take my boys.
Boys?
49ers.
49ers.
We're gonna
That would have
lose.
been a good red wine because it's Napa Valley.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one there. All right, last game. With these two teams, I don't think it will take a lot of points to win. If you ask me how many, I'd probably say 22. I'm going to go Green Bay over Vegas.
I absolutely love Jimmy G, but
He's in concussion protocol.
I know he is. So I'm still going to go with the Raiders because the Raiders have always been my second favorite team.
Okay.
I'll go Raiders on this one.
Raiders.
Cheeseheads.
Packers. Okay. All right. So 2 Packers, 3 Green Bay. All right. So thank you for dealing with my cheesy Taylor Swift song
Speaking
title. But we're going to wrap it up. So we want to thank all 4 of you guys for coming in. And we appreciate the Youngstown Marathon, what they do for our community. The Vindy's awesome group. When's your next show again?
October 14th, West Side Bowl.
October 14th, West Side Bowl. 1 week later, Youngstown Marathon. Get registered. What's the website one more time?
YoungstownMarathon.com.
Get registered. Have some fun. We got a Youngstown studio team now, so we'll see. And if someone gets sick, I might end up having to run. So we'll see.
Love to see that.
Well, we appreciate all you guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure to follow Youngstown Studio. Make sure to follow the 330 Sports Show. For all of these guys, we appreciate you guys watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown